Hey there, purpose-driven entrepreneurs. Jeffrey Mort here, certified integrative health practitioner and your favorite high-performance health coach. And you're about to discover a journey that can transform not just your health, but your entire life. Are chronic health issues holding you back from the success that you're capable of achieving? I totally get it. I was there too. But I made a choice to stop guessing and take control of my health. And now I want to help you to do the same. Introducing the New Beginnings Health Coaching Program, a revolutionary approach to wellness. We don't just guess at the root causes, we identify them with advanced at-home functional lab testing. Safe and clinically proven natural health protocols become the foundation for your personalized wellness plan. And that's backed by 3 months of world-class one-on-one health coaching. And here's the kicker. Our comprehensive starter kit lab bundle is included. We're not just about talk, we deliver value right from the start. Now you might be wondering, why trust me? Well, I've got a proven track record specializing in restoring energy and performance, wellness, weight loss, and longevity. But it's not just about me. It's about you and the results you'll get. Unlike conventional healthcare, our method has helped thousands just like you reach their health goals. It's not a guess. It's a clinically proven solution. So here's your call to action. Schedule your complimentary consultation today. The link is in the show notes or visit loveenergywellness.com. Don't wait and take control now. And guess what? We're so confident in our protocols that we offer a 60-day money-back guarantee. Why keep guessing when you can gain so much more? But act fast. Spots are limited. There's so many unwell people, and we only have a few openings for this life-changing opportunity. Why am I doing this? Because if I can take control of my health, you can too. Join me on this journey to a healthier, more successful you. Now enjoy the program. Ladies and gentlemen, seekers of wellness, welcome to another educational episode of Breaking Boundaries for Entrepreneurs. In the spirit of ambition and innovation, we often neglect the sanctity of our well-being, akin to embarking on an uncharted voyage without a tool for navigation. Picture this, sailing through uncharted waters, surrounded by the vast expanse of unexplored possibilities. Now, imagine doing so without a meticulously crafted navigation plan. This is the reality many entrepreneurs face as they plunge into the new year without a personalized wellness blueprint. It's like setting sail without a compass, where the current of stress, burnout, and health neglect can lead one off course. Today we dive into the profound repercussions of navigating the entrepreneurial journey without a personalized wellness plan, and conversely, the transformative success that awaits those who prioritize their mental, physical, and emotional well-being. Join us as we unravel the profound parallels between a ship lost at sea and an entrepreneur without a roadmap to wellness, discovering the untold stories of resilience, triumph, and the transformative power of a purposeful journey. Hello, I'm Jeffrey Mort. If you're like most entrepreneurs, you're busy taking care of business, yet who's taking care of you? If you're ready to take your energy and performance to the next level in your life and your business, then this podcast is for you. Because today, you're going to start breaking boundaries of your mind, body, and business with integrative health. And when you do that, your possibilities are limitless. I'm grateful you're here. Yes, so grateful for you, my friend. Thank you for joining me today. Welcome to another Healthy Thursday episode of the Breaking Boundaries podcast for purpose-driven entrepreneurs. This is episode 50, and I want to say at episode 50, thanks for the thousands of downloads on the podcast and all the positive feedback on the content. I appreciate that. And of course, as always, you'll want to stay till the end when we bring it all together on how to avoid failure and reach your next level of success with integrative health. And for all the show notes and links to today's episode number 50, visit jeffreymort.com and click on the podcast button. Shout out to our most recent listeners in Temple, Texas, in East Grinstead, West Sussex, United Kingdom. I love seeing the international listeners pop up there. And in Terre Haute, Indiana. Interesting fact, Terre Haute means high ground in French, and it was named by French explorers over 200 years ago for the high plateau overlooking that Wabash River. So wherever you're listening from today, I appreciate you. And if you're watching on video, you can see we've got our festive holiday decorations up in the background. Today, you're going to discover what a personalized wellness plan looks like and the boundary of navigating the new year without one. You might know an entrepreneur who has a boundary like low energy or hormone imbalances or low libido. Maybe it's thyroid dysfunction, uncontrollable weight gain. Maybe it's even infertility or poor sleep or so much more. Maybe it's many of those, not just one, but maybe it's several of those. Maybe the entrepreneur is you. And every one of those health boundaries has a root cause. And how I know is from the client's symptoms on the intake form and their lab results that I see time after time in my private wellness practice over at Love Energy Wellness, and the profound health results that they finally achieve by following a wellness plan that's bio-individualized from their labs to their health goals. But when they first come in, oh boy, I see what it looks like, and I say that in quotation, but what it looks like on their labs to have not had a plan. And now I get it. I understand people are hesitant. Maybe they don't have an awareness of their options to conventional medicine. I understand, that they may not have an understanding of what exactly is integrative health. And, that's a reason why we created this podcast, to bring awareness to what integrative health is. And if you actually go back to episode, I believe it was like episode number 1, general intro, what is integrative health? But anyways, it's one of our very first episodes. They might not have an understanding of what exactly integrative health is. And they might have questions like, how does it work? Or what is it like? Or, is it just supplements? How long does it take is another question. And we have these answers, and we're actually delivering these answers to you twice a week in our Breaking Boundaries podcast. But we have those answers, and, waiting to work on your health is, to use the boat analogy, it's kind of like waiting for the next life raft on the Titanic. And honestly, the longer we wait, the more work that it takes. And, eventually if you wait too long, there's actually a point of no return, or, that point of no return could be when somebody opts for surgery when they really didn't have to. But it's difficult to reverse most surgeries. Like some surgeries are reversible, but it's difficult to reverse surgery in general. So, there is that point of no return. But, I do tell people that I don't want to be your first stop. I want to be your last stop. I want to be the final place that you land when you feel as though you've tried everything. But then when I ask them, have you run any at-home functional medicine health tests? Have you done any functional medicine protocols? And usually the answer is no. So I know that they haven't tried everything, but that lets me know they didn't have that. Back to my first point, they didn't have that awareness of their options to conventional medicine, or an understanding of their options and what is integrative health. So our standard disclaimer here for the podcast: this is not medical advice. And as an integrative health practitioner, I don't claim to diagnose disease. I don't claim to treat disease. I don't claim to cure disease. But what we do is we find those underlying root causes, and we remove the toxicities and replace the deficiencies and get the body so well that it does the healing on its own and disease cannot exist. So, going back to the analogy of the ship lost at sea and the introduction there, reminded me of a boat ride story I'll share with you. Take a sip of water here. Boat ride story. It was somewhere, I want to say it was the summer of 1995. I was about 22 years old, give or take a year. And a friend of mine said, "Hey, I got to move a boat from Westport, Massachusetts to Barrington, Rhode Island. You want to come with me for the ride?" I said, "Yeah, sounds like fun." So it was a beautiful summer day, and we went down to Westport, Massachusetts. If you're familiar with where that is, that's just north. If you know where Martha's Vineyard is, it's north of there on the southern coast of Massachusetts. And we got in this boat, and we were trailering the boat. We were going to drive the boat in the ocean to Barrington, Rhode Island. And it's a small boat, relatively small boat. If you know anything about boating in the ocean, this was a 22-foot boat, which is actually kind of average for lakes around New England, but certainly small when it comes to a sea craft. And, so being a small boat means that we sort of had limited fuel. We didn't have, 1995, there were navigation systems out there, but this boat was not set up with one because it really wasn't, it really wasn't made for the ocean. Honestly, it wasn't. We had a map, though. We had a map, which was, the best we could do then. But the conditions were something that I will never forget. There were big swells. I don't know exactly how big they were, but they seemed to be bigger than the boat. And, so the waves that we were riding in between were huge. And this small little vessel was riding up these waves and then crashing down on the other side. And we were just at the beginning of our journey. And I was wondering to myself, how much abuse can this 22-foot boat take on this journey that was probably, it was probably a few hours. If it was calm seas, we probably would have made it in half the time. But, that wasn't the case. And at least it was, it was sunny out. It was windy, of course, and it brought on those big swells. And there were three of us in the boat, my friend and his brother and myself. And, my friend was, I would say he was a seasoned boatman. And, he grew up around boats. His dad had boats. His stepdad had boats in the ocean. And, so he knew what he was doing. But I feel as though, given the circumstances, that there could have been a better plan. And my point here is that the trip was, it was an idea, but it was foolish and it was risky under the conditions to act on an idea without the right plan and components for a safe journey with a definitive outcome. But I wasn't sure of the outcome. I clearly remember at one point that I wasn't sure that we were going to make it. And I actually, I was 22 years old. I believe, I was still living at home in my dad's house. And I called him because I'd never told him where I was going that day. And it was probably a Saturday or a Sunday. And I let him know where I was and, what the conditions were like. And I didn't call him to scare him. I just called to give him my whereabouts and my location. This was long before somebody could look at your location on a smartphone, or have a navigation system in their pocket. But again, I wasn't sure, so I called them and let them know. And point number two, you're probably already thinking, we need a solid plan, and that's what today's episode is about: is a New Year wellness plan going into the new year. Now, it doesn't matter what year it is. This time every year, so it's December when I'm recording this. This time every year is a great time to make a new plan. So I'm going to share with you what my New Year's wellness plan is. And as I said, it begins in December, and that starts with running some simple at-home health tests to get a good baseline to see where I am going into the new year. So, why December? Well, I want to be able to enjoy the holidays here in the U.S. and, maybe have a flex meal or two more than I should every single week. In general, I do allow myself one flex meal once a week. And then I typically, enjoy my regular regimen that I have custom tailored to myself, my biology, my genetics, my epigenetics. And, so I want to enjoy the U.S. holidays. And then I want to get my results around the first of the year. And now for 4 years now, every new year, I begin my year with a total body and mind reset. This is the Dr. Cabral 7-day functional medicine detox protocol. And I do this with a group, actually, and not just once a year, not just at the top of the year, but this is done seasonally. So you've heard me talk about the functional medicine detox before, I'm sure. This is something that this is a maintenance protocol, and this is something that I do every 90 days. So every change of season, I do that at the beginning of winter, beginning of spring, beginning of summer, and in fall, I do a 21-day functional medicine detox, as we just wrapped up about I would say 85 days ago or whatever. But so what this does for me and for the group that I do this with in our Love Energy Wellness community and support group over there on Facebook. If you're not in it, check it out. There's always a link in the show notes or on our website, loveenergywellness.com. Hop over there, join the community if you're not there already. If you're there, you know what we do over there. We do weekly lives and informative videos, and we run our detox program over there. And also, you're getting updates on special opportunities, and it's just amazing over there. So what it does for me and for everybody that does this, it really resets healthy habits that I may have veered from, especially going through, November and December here in the United States. So resetting some healthy habits, it helps my body focus on cleaning house. This is the detoxification part. A question that I get a lot of times when I mention the detox to somebody for the first time, they're like, can I leave the house? Do I need to be near the toilet? It's not that kind of detox. That is more of an intestinal cleanse, and even our functional medicine intestinal cleanse does not have that effect. And if it does, there's a way to dial that back. So it helps my body focus on cleaning house. What do I mean by that? I mean autophagy, autophagocytosis. It helps to shut down digestion and have my body focus on the cells of my body, particularly the blood cells, the white blood cells, to be able to go through and clean house. This is a defense mechanism that is built into your body, but if its energy is always focused on digestion and you're not shutting that down with an intermittent fast, then it cannot do this process. And of course, as you know by some of the episodes we've done on the detox, if you're not giving your liver the phase 1 and phase 2 nutrients that it needs to convert fat-soluble toxins into water-soluble toxins so they can be excreted out of the body, then your body cannot do the functions that it knows how to do. You can't have a carpenter build a house if you don't give them nails and lumber and a plan. It's just not going to work. It also helps with my sleep. Oh boy, do I cherish my sleep. I cherish how I feel too, but I cherish my sleep and quality of sleep, and it's really become one of my unbreakable standards to focus on my sleep. And there's some non-negotiables that I'll say no to because I know it will affect my sleep. It also, this functional medicine detox, total body and mind reset that we do, helps to rebalance my hormones. I did after having long COVID, ended up with really low testosterone. And by testing, I was able to see that. And then by doing a functional medicine detox, as well as another testosterone improving protocol, I was able to raise my testosterone naturally. And it helped me immensely with my mood, my energy, libido, focus, all kinds of things. And that brings me to, mental clarity. It helps with mental clarity as well. Boy, after day 2, going into day 3, day 3 of the 7-day functional medicine detox, when I wake up on day 3 in that morning, I feel so aware and sharp and focused and dialed in and connected and aligned. It's absolutely amazing. And then energy. It just boosts my energy to a new level every time I do this. I've been doing this for 4 years now, this functional medicine detox on a regular every 90 days. And every time I do it, I have more energy, have more mental clarity, better sleep, feel better, feel, leaner, look better. I get compliments like your skin looks so amazing, and things like that. I hear all the time. So that's the way that I start off while I'm waiting for my results. And then I get my results, and then I can see if I have mineral imbalances. I can see if I have heavy metal toxicities. I can see if I have vitamin deficiencies. I can look at what my gut health looks like as far as, do I have yeast or fungal or bacterial overgrowth? I can check my levels, make sure I have healthy levels of inflammation going on. I can look at my IgG food sensitivities to make sure that my diet is dialed in perfectly for exactly where I am at that moment. I can also look at my blood sugar. I can look at stress levels, which is very important to see, if my cortisol levels are off or what's going on there. I can even do a lab to look at PSA for prostate, and then testosterone and DHEA, or for women, these tests would be looking at estrogen and progesterone and DHEA, as well as testosterone. There's a lot of women out there that have high testosterone, and there are things that we can do naturally. First of all, there's underlying root causes to that we can correct through lifestyle changes. And then there's ways that we can support that to quench that testosterone so that, they don't have some of those high testosterone symptoms that we'll cover in another episode. What else? So what's my plan look like? What does my plan look like once I get my results? Usually by early January, I'll have my results for all these labs. I just want to segue for a moment to tell you about an upcoming free wellness workshop, Unwrapping the Secrets to Energy, Weight Loss, and Sustainable Health Results. I'll be doing regular workshops in the next 12 months, and that's me doing my part to bring awareness to the options and the power of integrative health. This free wellness workshop happens to be on Tuesday, December 19th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and this is going to be a virtual event. And as you'll discover when you attend, I'm going to guide you through the only way to finally lose weight and become well. Not only that, but I'm going to explain in depth the only two reasons why we become unwell and put on that weight that's so difficult to lose. Now, this isn't a diet program. This isn't even an exercise program. This isn't even a weight loss program. Although weight loss is a direct result of the proven and guaranteed protocol that I'm going to share. This is an educational program, and it's based on 6,000-year-old Ayurveda, which is the oldest form of medicine still in practice today, and state-of-the-art functional medicine. So if you're the kind of person who's had enough of feeling run down, low energy, low mood, irritable, low libido, joint pain, brain fog, bloating and gas, or even autoimmune, and of course, weight gain over the holidays and not sleeping well, then this transformative winter wellness workshop is for you. You must register for this virtual event in order to attend or to get the replay if you can't make it live. The registration link, it's in the show notes. It's on all of my social media biographies. And if you're subscribed to my email list at lovenergywellness.com, which I hope you are, you'll get the opportunity to register there too. So the upcoming totally free wellness workshop, Unwrapping the Secrets to Energy, Weight Loss, and Sustainable Health Results, is on Tuesday, December 19th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll see you there. Now let's get back to today's very important topic. Excuse me. And then I can make a plan. So, obviously the plan, we talked about the detox, and then I know where to go after that. And I'll know if I need to do a parasite cleanse. Now, I can look at that through a parasite and bacteria lab. And even if that lab does not show parasites, I still do a parasite protocol annually. That is one of my routine maintenance programs. It just happens to be annually that I do that protocol. Really easy to do. It only takes 2 months. And then I can move into whether or not I need to rebalance my gut bacteria. If I need to rebalance candida. Now, candida is naturally present. It's just when it's overgrown, then it's a problem. And so many people have that issue, that boundary of overgrown bacteria in their gut or candida. We can look at fungal markers. We can look at things like C. diff. Now, C. diff that's Clostridium difficile. That should be in there in no way, shape or form. So we want those markers at 0. And if they're slightly elevated, we have a plan for that. As well as looking at small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, which, coincidentally, you may or may not know that you can actually give yourself small intestinal bacterial overgrowth through chronic stress. So chronic stress will open the valve between your large intestine and your small intestine, and allow that overgrowth to creep into the small intestine where it has no business being in that part of town, I'll tell you. And when it does, there's big problems. And we can see that on labs. Usually between bacteria, candida, fungal, C. diff, SIBO, annually when I test these, and I test these twice a year, actually, I usually have one or two markers that are elevated. And, if it's more than two, we have a solid plan for that. And if it's, just one marker, we have a much milder plan that is highly effective to take care of that. And I can look at my results to see if I have leaky gut, so I know which foods I should or shouldn't be eating. Food sensitivities, we mentioned IgG food sensitivities, which are different than food allergies. Food sensitivities can manifest 24 to 72 hours after you eat a food. So, if you're having headaches, if you're having this joint pain that's traveling, or, skin rashes or things like that, it could very well be a food that you ate up to 3 days ago. Now, how do you narrow that down to whether it was one particular food at breakfast, lunch, and dinner a while back? Like, how do you know? So you do an IgG food sensitivity test. And then, of course, I can see if I have heavy metal toxicities. So that would, usually for me, it's aluminum and mercury. And every time I run a lab, I can see I'm making progress on detoxifying those heavy metals, which that heavy metal detox protocol is another one of my annual maintenance programs that I do. But if I have a minerals and metals lab that comes back with higher, if the level's going up, then maybe I'll do one of those twice a year as well. And I usually end up doing a heavy metal toxicity detox twice a year. And then, of course, mold, we can see that on our labs as well. And actually, I had recent exposure to mold, and it was one night, and I stayed at a house. I knew there was mold there. It was really bad. It was really bad. Should have opted to stay somewhere else. But we chose to stay there, and I did the best I could while I was there. Now, do I feel as though I have toxic mold exposure from staying there one night? I definitely had some side effects that I could tie back to the mold exposure, but they went away after a few days. But I'm still going to test myself. I'm still going to run a lab to see what kind of exposure that had, because the interesting thing about mold is that it doesn't go dormant and die and go away. It's there. And if it has the right environment, it will continue to grow inside the body. And that's what happens. Now, not being in that environment on a regular basis, then, I know it's safe to do a mold protocol and the work would be done. But if you have mold in your environment on a daily basis, maybe it's at work, maybe it's at home, maybe it's your car was in a flood or something like that, then that continued exposure, you need to take care of that first before you do a mold protocol as well. So that's usually what is in my plan, and going through that, detox, parasite, working on gut bacteria, working on my food, IgG sensitivities, heavy metal toxicities, mold, and then, getting those results. Now I know where to start. And more importantly, where I'm going and what's involved. And I also know this is very important. You're going to like this, that I'm going to go from feeling good to feeling great. Now, not everybody starts off just feeling good. Some people feel really crappy when they come to me, and it's my job to be able to give them the tools to go from feeling crappy to feeling good. And then I want them to go from feeling good to feeling great. And then the next step is to go from feeling great to feeling great for the rest of their life and their long life, because now we have the tools to be able to get you to 100 years old and healthily, not some miserable in a wheelchair on oxygen 100 years old. I'm talking about like still getting up in the morning, happy to be alive, vitality, mobility, plenty of energy, and feeling great and looking forward to, what's next. Like, what possibilities does that open up for you if you knew you were going to live to 99, 100, 101 years old and still have energy and be, have that vitality? How would you show up differently then? So, that just goes to show that feeling good is the work, my friend. And feeling good helps to raise your vibration. It does. It helps to raise your vibration and to connect energetically to that success that you want and that you deserve, and that's your birthright. I'll say it again, feeling good is the work. And with integrative health, you're going to love the way you feel. So your call to action, if you want a plan for yourself, then, I would say start by running the Big Five lab bundle that we have. That's the Minerals and Metals lab, the Candida Metabolic and Vitamins lab, the Food Sensitivity lab, the Inflammation lab, and the Stress, Mood, and Metabolism lab, which is absolutely amazing in itself. And then join us in a functional medicine detox with our community, whether it's a 7-day detox or a 21-day functional medicine detox. And how do you know which one of those to do? We'll take our toxicity assessment. It's free. No, I didn't even ask for your email. It's over at loveandgwellness.com. You can find it there at the top of the page or on our programs page for the Total Body and Mind Reset. That's /transform. And then get your personal wellness plan to start taking control of your health. Not alone. You're not alone on this journey. But with a certified integrative health practitioner level 2, you can find them at ihp.org. That's where I was trained. It's a wonderful community over there. Or you can run your Big Five with us over at Love Energy Wellness. We would be happy to bring you on board over there. Pun intended, I guess, and bring you on board and give you a personalized wellness plan that is custom tailored for where you are right now, and to be able to create that life that you love and help you to avoid failure. Like another year of poor health, that's what failure looks like. And making excuses, why not? A little bit of tough love here, but let's not make excuses for why we shouldn't do things and stop fighting for our limitations. Or, feeling dismissed by your medical doctor or your primary care physician or whoever you're seeing for your current health care. Like, how does that make somebody feel when they're dismissed by their doctor, that it's all in their head? And I hear that so often. It's just, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. We'll put the positive spin on it that way. And, of course, there's the success story of knowing your plan, knowing your options, having a plan, being empowered, and taking control of your health. That's what the success story looks like. So your 3 key takeaways here today is, it's an old quote, it's an old adage, but I love it. That, and I forget who said it. Maybe one of the founding fathers of the United States said, "A failure to plan is a plan to fail," and also that you have a resource to help you take control of your health. And your final takeaway is, I am 100% committed to your health. The question is, are you 100% committed to feeling the way you want in this new year coming up? I appreciate you being here today. Stay tuned for the next episode of our podcast where we talk about how to combat holiday stress. You're going to love that episode. I'm grateful for you. Please share this episode and leave a review on your favorite podcast platform so that we can help more people. And we'll see you next time to help you with breaking boundaries. Bye-bye, everybody. I know you're excited to take action on today's exciting program, but before you go, I want to let you know that on Monday, January 8th, our amazing Love Energy Wellness community and support group begins another running of our winter 7-day total body and mind health reset maintenance program based on a true functional medicine detox protocol. If you're the kind of person who's had enough of feeling run down, low energy, low mood, having low libido or joint pain, brain fog, bloating, weight gain over the holidays, and not sleeping well, then this is the transformative community event for you. You may not have realized it, but there are only 2 reasons we become unwell: deficiencies and toxicities. This Dr. Cabral formulated detox protocol has helped hundreds of thousands of people just like you by combining the best of ancient Ayurvedic wisdom and modern functional medicine to remove those toxicities and to replace those deficiencies so that you can finally feel your best in just 7 days. And this is guaranteed or your money back. The best part is, between December 18th through December 25th, our partner Equalife, the global leader in functional medicine, is offering a free, world-renowned 7-day functional medicine detox when you buy 3 kits for your journey with us. You can stock up for the year or share the gift of health with your loved ones. Healthy people already know the only way to become well and lose weight is by removing those underlying root causes that are holding you back, and this is how you do it. To learn more about our Total Body and Mind Reset program featuring the Dr. Cabral Functional Medicine Detox, go to loveenergywellness.com/transform, where you can also join our growing Love Energy Wellness private community and support group where we run this program. I've made this super easy for you. We also have a free educational detox course for those of you who like to know all the facts and what to expect. Join our community and order your protocol today so you have it in time to participate with us. Preparation starts on Monday, January 2nd, and the 7-day detox begins on Monday, January 8th. When it comes to health results, I love to provide our community a quick win, and this is it. These 7 days are going to happen regardless. It would be amazing to finally have the results you've been looking for when it does, would it not?